Hi everyone, here we are, day 7, we made it. So today we're going to really ramp it up, okay? So you should by now be quite familiar with the movements, so you can stay at any level that works for you, for sure. So we're going to start on all fours. You're going to need to extend your arm and leg out long, so make sure you have space for that. So once you've set your upper body and your pelvis is in the middle ground between sad dog, happy dog, extend the opposite arm and leg out. Without changing anything, they lift and lower. So remember how we played with pushing out into your heel, opening up through the back of the knee, and how often the moment of takeoff is the moment that you really set the stage. It's the part to really take a look at. Last one. And then bring it all back and in. So extend opposite arm and leg out. And then once you're there, 1 inch up, 1 inch down. If you think you can go higher, but I often find that when people are going higher, it's because it's actually easier for them to kick up into it. Staying low often recruits those deeper muscles. All right, now pause and bring the knees in. Walk your knees back slightly so they're just behind your pelvis. And then from here, remember we played with this last week. So last week, it feels like last week, yesterday. Tuck the tail down and under. So see how my body is on this ski slope. Now I want you to bend the elbows 2 inches. Squeeze them in towards each other and hold there. Are you collapsing between your shoulder blades? Can you pull them wide? Are you collapsing into your back? Can you tuck your tail, pull your ribs up, and now let your arms straighten? Go again, bend them 2 inches, tail stays under, ribs stay up, shoulder blades stay broad, and straighten them. 2 more times, 2 inch bend, squeeze in, hold your pumpkin, push back up. 1 more time, 2 inch bend, squeeze in, push back up. Now see if you can lower to the floor in whatever beautiful, graceful way you just found to come here. Okay, now I want you to prop up onto your elbows, and I'm just going to talk you through this next movement where we combine the low plank with the side plank. So you're going to take your right arm and turn it so that your fist is facing your left elbow. So if I roll now onto my right hip, can you see how my arm would be all set up for the side plank? And then as I come back, I'm going to move that arm back to where it was to tumble myself back over. And then you're going to take the left fist, turn that into the right elbow, tumble onto that left hip, and take the arm away and come back. Let's do it one more each way. So right fist to left elbow, both legs roll you onto your right hip, and here you are. And then tumble yourself back, moving that right arm out of the way. Turn the left arm in, rotate onto the left side of your pelvis, and then tumble yourself back and in. Okay, so let's come right down. Tuck your elbows into your waist, fists underneath your shoulders. And then as you exhale, tail under, ribs up, come into the pull-up. Now tuck the toes under and push out into low plank. Take your right fist to your left elbow. Turn both heels to the right until you're on the edge of your feet, and now twist into your side plank. Come back into low plank. Set the knees down, come down. Okay, so elbows by your waist, 2 little fists that are off the floor. Tuck the tail, pull in the ribs, come up. Take your left fist to your right elbow. Oh, sorry, no, don't do that yet. Tuck your toes under, so keen to get it done. Pick up the knees and tuck the tail. Left fist, right elbow. Heels to the left, come into your side plank. Come back down. Center, and come down. Okay, ready to go again? So when you're ready, exhale, tuck under, pull the ribs up, tuck into the toes, push back. Right fist, left elbow. Heels to the right, into side plank you go. Now tumble back. Can we go straight to the other side? Tuck the tail, ribs in, left fist, right elbow, heels to the left, arm reaches up. Come back to center, back into low plank, and then down to the floor. Good job. Okay, hands under your shoulders, push up and push back. Take a counter stretch into rest position. Couple of breaths into the back of your rib cage. Now, here's the thing. Full plank is sometimes easier than low plank. So we're going to repeat that in the high plank. If you want to repeat low plank or you're dead in the water, then you could just do the pull up for sure. So shoulders over elbows over wrists. Extend one leg out, open the knee, push out into the heel. Take the other leg out to join it. So heels go to the right, hip goes to the right, and left arm goes up to the ceiling. And here we are in the 7-day core challenge pose, and then come down into plank. Take the heels to the left, right arm goes up to the ceiling, push the floor away, come back into plank, set the knees to the floor, sit back. Rest is over, come forward. One more time, extend the legs out, heels to the right, left arm to the ceiling, hold there, tail under, ribs in, breathe, come back into plank. Now heels to the left, right arm to the ceiling, breathe, come back to center, knees to the floor, sit back, and catch your breath. Good job. All right. So from here, walk the legs forward, thread them through, sit off to one side, and bring the legs forward. So knees are bent, toes to the ceiling. Find an adjustment in your pants. That might just be mine. Okay. So you know you can hold on to the back of the thighs, or you can extend the arms out front. So we're going to do 2 regular to begin with. Exhale, roll back to your lowest position. Quick breath of air in. Exhale, roll yourself up and forward. Eyes on the horizon as you go down. There's a moment when you're looking at the ceiling, and then head up to the ceiling, gaze forward. Does that sound familiar? Now this time, take both arms to the right. So see how I've done this little quarter turn. So now I'm going to come down more on the right side of my back. Just at the bottom of the shoulder blades, I'm going to square up, take the arms to the left, and come up the left side of my back. So as you do that though, remember all the stuff we've learned about not letting the pelvis come with you in the twist. So you should not see your knees moving around, because as you come down this right side, you want to be able to keep weight into that left bum cheek for sure. Now we're going to reverse it, come down the left side, across, up the right side. My apologies if this is not your favorite way round, but unfortunately we have to do the not so favorite way. Last one. Check your breath. Remember what I said? When the breath goes raggedy, you're going too far, too fast. And come on up. Okay, now scoot your bum a little forward. Lie down onto your back. So knees are forward, heels in line with your seat. And then exhale, roll the pelvis up into bridge. So heels dig down, they push forward towards your toes. Find that subtle tuck of the pelvis at the top here. A little squeeze in of your knees, and then take your time to roll down. This is definitely the moment to use gravity to help your back come into the floor as close to one bone at a time as you're able to. And none of this is fixed right off the bat, but hopefully we've given you a good program to get going. So exhaling, pelvis goes back in the tuck, Peel the spine up to the base of the shoulder blades or lower if you need that. Heels dig down and push towards your toes. Then as you stay weighted on the shoulder blades, knees reach forward. Give the knees a little bit of a squeeze in. Find the tuck. You really want to get the legs firing up. Now, we're going to hold here, wherever you are, whether you stayed low, halfway, or up at the top. Lightly rest your fingers on the front of your hip bones. As you remove your right foot, I want you to hold on to the tuck and keep that right hip lifting to the ceiling and put the right foot down. Reset, push your heels forward to go back on your shoulder blades. Send your knees forward, squeeze them in. Now find the tuck, and that's where you want to keep your focus. As that left foot comes teeny tiny off the floor, can you engage that right bum cheek by holding on to the tuck? Can you level the pelvis up? Let the foot come down and roll down. Now, there is one more layer we can add on to that, because I don't want to leave you wanting for sure. So as you roll back and up, we've covered this stuff off now. Heels dig down, push forward. You're anchored on your shoulder blades. You keep that as the knees reach forward and they squeeze in. Now, I wouldn't like to call you a cheat, but there's a high chance that you were using a lot of arm last time round. So this time, pick your elbows off the floor while your fingers monitor your hip bones. So make sure you really have that tuck of the tail, and now bring the right foot off the floor. Can you square up the pelvis and hold the tuck? The answer might be no. And then take the right foot down. Okay, reset, heels to toes. Anchor on your shoulder blades as your knees reach forward, squeeze in a little bit. Deepen into the tuck, and that's what you want to hold on to. When you lift that left foot off the floor, is your core and your butt strong enough to keep your pelvis in place? Let the foot come down and roll all the way down. And then let the legs go out to straight and just let them roll in and out a couple of times. Okay, now turn to lie on one side. So whatever position you want, this bottom arm forward or under your head, legs really lengthening away from you. And then remember how we put this spare elbow in your waist, took the hand to the floor, slid it away, do that, and now roll the pelvis forward. So you want to feel on this underneath leg, it's like you're lying more on the side of your thigh and less on the side of your hip joint or your pelvis. Now we've been doing top leg up followed by bottom leg, and you absolutely can do that. Otherwise, we're going to have a go with both legs. So push out into the heels, let both legs come up. Hold here, remember it's not about the height. Push your heels away and get this underneath side of your waist engaged, but your ribs on the floor, and let the leg come down. Push out into the heels, legs come up, waist lifts, ribs heavy, let them come down. Good. As you lift, check the shoulder is not riding up to your ear, and let it come down. 2 more times and lower. 1 more time and lower. Good. All right, flip over onto your front. Now with your front, place your hands flat on the floor, either side of your shoulders, and wing your elbows back towards each other. The tip of your nose is on the floor, and you guys should be well versed now in the pelvis not being allowed to be too far in happy dog mode. Tuck your tail down and under, ribs light. Take your hands off the floor, inhale, and lift your upper body and turn your gaze to look forward. Now, can you find the tailbone lengthening to your heels, pubic bone to the floor? Hands go down, come up a teeny tiny bit more. I want you here to think of your ribs getting lighter so the abdominals engage, and press the top of the feet to the floor. Hold on to this as your hands come off the floor. Stay there, breathe, and return back down. So there's no hands for the first part. Inhale yourself up and look forward. Hands go down. Now send the tailbone to the heels. Get light on the ribs. Hold it as your hands come off the floor. Breathe and release down. Last one. So no hands. Inhale up. Gaze forward. Hands go down. Feet press down. Tailbone lengthens to get the pubic bone down. Ribs lift up. And then in a perfect world, nothing changes as your hands float off the floor and release down. Okay, now from here, roll onto your other side. I'm going to flip the other way so I can stay facing the camera. Both legs go out to long and straight, head resting down, elbow in your waist, hand to the floor, slide it forward, roll forward and anchor into it. Flex back onto your ankles, push out in your heels, both legs lift and lower. Lift and lower. Okay, so now go back and check all your points. So is your waistline lifted when the legs are up? Are your ribs heavy? Are you really rolled forward so you're not sitting on your hip joint? You don't want to feel like you're lying on a golf ball. Last one here. And let it release back and down. Okay, now from here, bend your knees and push yourself up and come up to kneeling on your knees. So hip width apart. Take one leg and extend it out. Let's take the right leg. Take your left hand and drop it to the floor. Now take your right hand and bring it to the back of your head. So from here, the tricky part is your pelvis wants to do this and look at the floor. So I want you to keep trying to bring this underneath hip bone forward and find that sense of sending your tailbone to your heel. Now watch for the ribs wanting to push forward. Okay, so once we have that, the straight leg lifts and lowers. It doesn't matter how high it comes up, but I want you to push out into the heel. Let your hand push the floor away from you. Last two. Last one. Good. Now tuck the knee, ready to come back. And see, in all in one beautiful motion, can you outreach the top arm and tumble back up onto your knees. Extend the left leg out to the side. Come over onto your hand. Hand to the back of your head. Now again, remember, everything about your body wants to go this way, but we're trying to open up. So open up the chest, open up the ribs, open up the hips. All right. And then from here, let your leg lift and lower. All right, 3 more. Push out through the heel, lengthen. Okay, last one. And then from here, bend the knee, let it get ready to come down, reach your arm up and see if you can push yourself right the way up. Good job. Now take your right arm up to the ceiling. Take a side bend, but from here, I also want you to twist. Bring that left arm up, interlace your fingers, and pull the arms out. Stay in this side bend twist and breathe deep into the back of your right ribs. Congratulate yourself on doing 7 days of consistent practice, and then come back into your side bend and up. Same thing, right arm comes down, left arm comes over, interlace the fingers, find a twist to the right. And now you've set up a consistent practice. It might be easier to make that a habit. And then come out of this and up. Let your arms come down. And well done you. I'm so proud of you for sticking with this through 7 days. I really hope you can feel the difference. If you're linked into the Facebook group, Please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you enjoyed. Let me also know what you didn't enjoy, what you're trying to work on, and I'll do my best to help you out. And if not, hopefully I will see you at some point. My website is ultimatepilates.co.uk. You can check in on that. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's loads of information on there, and we'll be emailing you with a special offer very shortly. Thank you for joining me. Hi, I really hope you enjoyed working out with me. I'd love to send you my free 30-minute Restore Your Whole Body Pilates program. All you need to do to receive that is just click the link below in the description or pinned into the top of the comments. That will take you straight through to a page where as soon as you enter your email address, you'll be given direct access to the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That's the fastest way to get a notification every time I post a new video here. And lastly, I love to make content, but it's really helpful to me if you can leave a comment telling me what you enjoyed about this video and what other content you would like me to create. Anything that you particularly want to work on, whether it's shoulder pain, neck pain, back pain, just leave me a comment. I'll check it out and I'll see what I can do. Thank you.